Weight loss solutions are not one size fits all. Everyone deserves to have a weight loss plan that is tailored to their specific needs. So if you're struggling with losing weight and need some extra help, it's time you check out Hers. Hers is changing women's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable weight loss treatments. Hers connects you with a medical provider who will create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. If prescribed, you'll get the medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, including ongoing care and online support at no additional cost. Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/think. That's forhers.com/think for your personalized weight loss treatment options. Forhers.com/think. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Okay, Think Loud crew, everything that we are sharing in this episode is not medical advice. I am not a doctor. Shanan, are you a doctor?
I am not a doctor.
We are not doctors. Everything that we'll be sharing has either been from personal experience, just our personal experiences, and research. And we want to share these things to help spark your curiosity so that you can do the research that is the most beneficial and healthy for you. Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. Today we are two moms getting real with parenthood, relationships, and the WTF moments of our daily lives. We're going to do today's episode a little different. We're going to be doing some reflection and check-ins on some of the topics that we've been talking about in the previous podcast episodes, where we've just been getting a lot of feedback, or also having little side conversations based off of things that have come up in the podcast. So
if you haven't listened to our Mom Load episode, I would definitely...
The mental
load.
The invisible
What did I just say?
The mom load.
Oh.
Well, that's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like. Maybe I'm just projecting.
Invisible work of motherhood, and just we were talking about some mental load.
Do we hop right in?
Yes.
Can I talk about it?
Yes.
I've gotten a lot of amazing responses. In the mental load episode, I just brought up me exploring the cannabis world and having that help me during night times when I'm overstimulated and just things like that. And I've had a lot of people reach out, and then also a lot of people reached out in our comments. I don't know if you noticed, giving just different options of relief, of supplements that us women should be taking, or just in general to help our mental load, just energy and things like that. But one really stuck out to me because I did mention me exploring the world of the cannabis world. And I would like to read it to you guys because it was really informative, and it just kind of blew my mind, because I think people think cannabis is such
it's the gateway
it's like a bad word. It holds a weird thing. But she informed me, it was a listener informed me of all the things. So it kind of started off like that. She said, many people assume that THC and CBD are the only options for relief, but she gave me some other ones. So I'm going to give you some examples. If you're managing anxiety, for example, CBG can be particularly helpful. CBG is known for its calming properties and also reduces inflammation, which can be beneficial during our menstrual cycle, which I had no idea. If you need sleep support, CBN, often thought as a nightmare, cannabinoid. Did I say it correct? Yes. I butchered it earlier, you guys, and Kyle was cracking up at me.
I wasn't cracking up. I was just the word she said, I thought she was saying something with an L in it. When she showed it to me, I was like, I love you, Shanan.
Anyways,
Love you.
CBN can be helpful to achieve deep, restful sleep when taken before bed.
I need some right now.
And then lastly, if you need an uplifting effect like a sativa, CBC may be a great option. And CBC promotes a sense of calm and bliss and making it ideal for unwinding or taking the edge off before something like practice or an intense day. So for me, I feel like a CBC would be good for me, like unwinding, like once I get home, once I get Parker. So I'm really excited because when you go in, I don't know if you guys been into weed shops, it can be like dispensary.
Yeah.
Excuse me. If you've been in a dispensary, it can be super overwhelming because there's so many options, so much stuff. So I feel like now when I do go in to a dispensary, it really helped me with this DM. She really helped me, guided me through it. And I just love that she was able to give me so many options. And she does work in the cannabis world. So she wants to take the stigma off of it being like this.
Just destigmatize.
Yeah,
marijuana.
yeah. So I thought that was really helpful. And I love everyone who reaches out to me and to us because it shows that we're doing something right.
Yes.
And that we are helping you guys
Just navigate.
navigate.
Like, for us, like, I think we're all in this season of trying to figure out, like, what self-care practices do we want to adopt? You know, what self-care practices are we, like, open to trying? And just figuring out, like, what practices do we really need to incorporate into our routines, whether it's during the day, whether it's to get better sleep, whether it's to better manage our anxiety. So it's really a time of like exploration, I feel, and doing it openly. And, you know, sometimes we've been really hesitant to talk about certain topics, such as like marijuana and cannabis, just because we're like, we just don't know how people will react. But at the same time, like, we are real people. There are real solutions out there. There are different type of holistic things that work, like herbal options. And, like, you know, I'm on this journey of, like, I stopped, you know, medicating with marijuana and, like, using it as a coping thing. And I've been exploring other forms of, like...
What are some things that you have explored so
like,
far?
CBD. I've really enjoyed CBD because it really helps with, like, my anxiety. And it's, like, I don't like that high feeling. Like, I don't want to be high. I just want, like, the calming effects. So
I feel like knowing that there's different... I really loved... strains of the CBC.
Things that don't always include THC.
Yes. So I think that's what made me really happy to learn because I think I don't want the same. I don't want the TH high feeling, but I need something to take the edge off so I can just be myself.
And it's
on
like,
a calm level.
Yeah, I've used it in like social settings. I've used it like in work. I've used it when I'm like, the kids are bouncing off the walls and I'm literally so overstimulated and I'm just like, and my brain is already rushing as it is. So I'm like, help, what do I do? So it really has helped me, I feel like, be more productive in ways by trying different types of cannabis, but also just kind of like it helps me in my parenting because sometimes being a single parent, that mental load is crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't necessarily always have the option to be like, you know, peace out, kids.
Go to your dad.
Go
over there.
So it's like I've had to like really figure out things that I can do in the house, you know, to really kind of like help regulate and
your feelings, your mental. Yeah.
Because I don't want to be the pop-off mom. I'm not trying to scream at my kids. And it's like, I know sometimes when I'm just like overstimulated, like everything in me wants to just be like, like
I'm that pop-off mom.
Too,
I will be honest. I'm that pop-off mom. But then I do catch myself and I do apologize. But sometimes I'm like, boy, get it together.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but you know what? Parker's such a good kid, and he just is so attentive to me. Even if I do pop off, he'd be like, "Girl." but yeah, it is. It helps. It helps to know that there are things out there to help you just get to a calmer level, to be that better mom, to take that edge off of the mental load that you've had just during that day or like the build up during the week. So I think it'd be really cool and in the future, and let us know if you guys would like this idea, to have somebody come on that is a part of the cannabis world to educate us, to give us a rundown of what our options are other than, the CBDs and even if you do like a THC option, what, just giving us education.
Yeah, I think that'd be really great. And and one of the things that we're going to touch on today, not this second, I really want to, as we're talking about like preventative health care and like actually addressing our health better, ways to kind of bridge this gap between like holistic health care and like holistic practices and like modern practices. So I feel like this is something that is a little bit more holistic, or there's been a lot more like taboo kind of thoughts on it. So I think
taboo on like holistic ways.
Yeah, holistic ways to take care of ourselves, whether it's herbs, whether it's vaginal steaming, whether it's like there's just different, stigmas on different things that are options to us that maybe don't follow like modern
no, I hear you.
techniques, but it's like they're still very valid and they've been around a whole lot longer than some of the things that we may have been introduced to, like just growing up. So it's one of the questions I would put on here is like,
I feel really short over here.
Here, then lift your chair up. Should I shorten myself?
Do I look short, Travis?
Yeah, you look tiny.
What do you have against me today, Travis? There we go. I feel like a big dog now.
Oh, big dog Shanan. Roof, roof.
I'm crying.
Weight loss solutions are not one size fits all. Everyone deserves to have a weight loss plan that is tailored to their specific needs. So if you're struggling with losing weight and need some extra help, it's time you check out Hers. Hers is changing women's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable weight loss treatments. Hers connects you with a medical provider who will create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. If prescribed, you'll get the medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, including ongoing care and online support at no additional cost. Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/think. That's forhers.com/think for your personalized weight loss treatment options. Forhers.com/think. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Okay, I'm going to jump to the next topic.
Okay.
So, as we are also learning about different herbs, one of the things that Shanan also mentioned last week was, or in our episode, was ashwagandha. And we got a lot of just people reaching out like, hey, love the whole herbal conversation. Like, what can I do to learn more? So one of the questions that I put for myself that I would also love for other people to chime in are, what are some steps that we can take to incorporate holistic practices into our lives? And can you share your thoughts on finding a knowledgeable herbalist? So like, I'll share my journey, but if there's, I know it's different for everyone in different cities and different states, like the accessibility is different.
Yeah.
And then I also put a little list together of, I would call them to be like power herbs that I would recommend for women, children, and I included our men, especially during this holiday season.
It's so important
when like colds and flu. It's cold flu season. I know COVID is still around. Like just we've got RSV. There's just a lot of things that are going around that can affect our kids in school and also affect us. So,
what is your herbal journey? I know you've mentioned a lot of like you going to an herbalist and getting herbs and it like them doing it solely just before, like,
so
for you?
previous to me actually finding someone like in real life.
Yeah.
This is something like herbs have always been something I've always been really interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So I've literally like, I'm a book person. I will, if I'm
You
curious
are,
about
yeah.
something, I will buy a book. Like,
Look it up.
I will, yeah, I would just want to know. I feel like there's so much information and power in like actually doing the research and educating myself. So I started off with this herbal book, a book of herbs, and it's about this thick, and the book itself is like this tall and this wide.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Wait, you have that at home?
Yes.
I love that for you.
And it's like,
You would.
you can literally like look up a condition, you can
Yeah.
look up different symptoms, you can look up a certain diagnosis, and it'll give you all these different herbal suggestions. I gotta go see what the book is called, but actually how to use the herb, what it does for your body,
Oh, I might need this
what
book.
herbs to use with it, and like, you know, what do you do for it? Like, what
Yeah.
do you do with it? Because it's like, for example, like in juicing, like, or not in juicing,
No.
when you use like turmeric,
Yeah,
like you need,
it's
if
good
you're
for
using it for
inflammation.
inflammation, you want to use it with some cracked black pepper, because that way it really maximizes it and your
Oh.
body is able to like absorb it better. You know, just little tips and tricks
You know
like
what?
that.
I learned that, and I might have learned it the hard way because I might have used some herbs the wrong way, and it
Oh, I've been there.
backlashed on
I've
me.
been there.
But my friend was telling I was using something, and it just made it really flushed my body out. But then she was like, you have to use charcoal after it because then it balanced everything out in your system.
Yes.
I was trying to clean my system, but I cleaned it too well, and and like it cleans out the parasites and stuff. But like if you
love
use
that.
charcoal, it helps to replenish or something like that.
Yes.
So I like that you brought that up because it is, you have to back up.
You have to,
the
yeah.
herbs.
It's, you can like flush and cleanse things, but you also have to like
Put
replenish.
it back in.
Yeah, you don't want to. Different herbs have different effects. So,
Right.
I started off with just books and just kind of like being curious. If you're curious about anything, give it time. Like, allow your curiosity to grow and like develop and like explore, research, ask a question. Nowadays, it's so great that we have like social media because we can look up herbalists, and people really take a lot of joy in studying it. The people who I've met and actually sharing the information, because there's just so much information. So I started off there, and then as I got more into like vaginal steaming and like learning about the different herbs, I was like, okay, I can order these herbs online, but I really don't know what the herbs are. I don't know what the mixes
or
are.
who's doing them.
Yeah, so I was like, you have a label on there, but I want to do my own herb mixes, because like I want to know what I'm putting in my body. If anything ever happens, like I'm gonna be the
blame
one
yourself.
responsible for it. So I swear God was like, walk this way. I just happened to find an apothecary place literally 5 minutes from my house.
See, I was going to say, I feel like LA has a bigger range of like, especially in your area, has a bigger range of like holistic things.
But I've been finding more because I'm starting to actually put a list together of different herbalists and different like apothecaries that support like this kind of lifestyle or holistic journey. So I found an apothecary. I went in there.
What is that?
It's like a
apothecary.
I'm gonna look it up so I don't actually give you the wrong definition.
I'm just curious. That was a cool word.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to say it because I've been butchering my words today.
An apothecary is one that prepares and sells drugs and other medicines. It can also be considered a pharmacist.
Sorry, sells drugs.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but
did sound crazy.
It sounds crazy. Let
Wait,
me go
say
get
it
my
again.
drugs.
I'm sorry. Apothecary.
Apothecary. It's the one that prepares and sells drugs and other medicines. So it could also be like a pharmacist.
Okay.
So I guess, I don't know if there's like different types of apothecaries, but this is like a holistic apothecary. Yeah. So I went in there and they literally like this whole wall is just filled with all these different herbs.
I love it.
And they've got the guy who I talked to. He's like second or third generation herbalist. And literally, I've been in there and been like trying to whisper and be discreet, like, hey, this is what's going on with me. And I've also walked in and people were like, yo, I've got ED. Yo, I stopped smoking. I need to detox my body. Like, just saying it loud
And you're
and
trying
proud.
to be.
And I was like trying to be discreet about some yoni vaginal steaming herbs. And I was like, I'm tripping.
They don't care about your
They
vagina.
don't care about my vagina. I've seen people in there who are literally like in their 60s. There was this one man, he was in his 60s. He looked no older than 35.
Wow.
And he gets all his male, like, vitamins, supplements, herbs from there. So it's just like,
You still need to take me. That sounds amazing.
yes, I've come in with people who have like they bring in their diagnosis from like the doctor, and they'll be like, hey, this is the type of
wow.
cancer that I'm dealing with, whether it's like the liver, kidney, something. Can you give me an herbal regimen so that I can, before I do chemo or radiation,
Right.
I would like to try some kind of herbal detox or cleanse, or just what can I do to work on this in
Work
a
on it.
holistic way. So
Yeah.
I learned a lot. The first time I was in the store, I was probably there for I probably stayed in the store for like an hour and a half.
I'm
Just
sure
like,
it's probably
just
like overwhelming.
listening
Yeah.
and like learning.
Mm.
When I told him what kind of herbs I was looking for, he had me go look up another thing a little bit more in depth, because when you're doing your vaginal steaming, there are different properties and things that will come into the formula. So it's like if it's a cleansing, a disinfecting, a blood tonic, or a kidney tonic, a deodorizing, if it's an herb for like use for aromatherapy, like you need to have a better idea or what your options are. So he's like, I'm going to give you my suggestion, but he's like, I also want you to read this so that you know what you're doing and what you're using these items for.
Right.
So it was very like empowering, and it also, I felt like it gave me more tools to advocate for myself in
Right. To really know what you're
different
talking
ways.
about.
Yeah. So so I put some little notes together on like steps to incorporate holistic practices into your life. So one, just educating yourself. Start by reading a book, attending a workshop. There's so many free
Yes.
workshops online, y'all. Following a reputable online resource about herbalism and holistic health, and then also just understanding the basics can help you make more informed choices. So it was really exciting.
I
when
like
went
that.
there.
And it also, there's another one.
Yes.
Starting small.
Yes.
Begin by integrating 1 or 2 herbs into your routine. I like that. So like maybe like me.
You don't have to go make a huge lifestyle
like,
chart.
yeah. So integrating one step at a time. You might add chamomile tea for relaxation or ginger for digestion. Gradually explore more as you become comfortable. I like that because it's so true. I feel like I feel like I love that we're having this conversation, because me and Kyle talk about like herbal things all the time with each other and bounce ideas with each other. But yeah, I love integrating it small bite, because there's so much.
So much.
Because I usually go into the store and I look at the herbs and I'm like, ooh, what am I going to try today? But prior to that, I'm reading up on it and making sure that it's what I actually want. Or like, I'm like, ooh, what can cure this? Or how can I give myself more energy throughout the day? Why am I always so tired? So what herbs can I take to bring more energy into my life? So I like that. Or like, I look into another thing that I do with integrating my herbs slowly into my life. Like if I see something online and it's like, oh, this multivitamin or this multi-herbal vitamin, and I'm like, well, what is the main ingredient in this multivitamin? And that's what I really need. So then I'll go to the store and buy just that, and then kind of integrate it that way, because then I'm like, I don't know the other mixes, because it doesn't usually, when you get those type of herbs, it doesn't add, like you said, sometimes you don't know everything.
You don't know everything, and sometimes things can like counteract themselves.
Yeah,
even though they're being sold together, they may not necessarily be good together, which is very confusing as well.
And then also you have to be aware when you're integrating things, like Kyle just said, is it go well together, because something that you might be taking now might not be good with the other herbs. So yeah, that's very important. But chamomile tea is a good way to start, because I did that when we went to Mexico. Zaina was like, girl, you need to start drinking more teas before if you having trouble sleeping, or if you just want your digestive system to work better in the morning. Sorry, I'm cracking up at myself. But it's so true. If you want your digestive system to actually work and be regular, a tea at night can help that system go and like just be a regular person in the morning. So I like that. Chamomile tea is a good start.
Yeah. And in that way, because I know sometimes when I learn new information, I can get too excited and like
Just buy all of it.
Too much at one time. And then I get overwhelmed.
I'm that person.
And I'm like, oh my God, I just bought all this stuff. Now what do I do? So I think starting small and just like, start with a tea. Just gradually, like we said, gradually introduce
get into
it.
yourself.
That way it becomes part of like your lifestyle, and it's like you're actually you're creating like healthy habits.
Yeah.
So I really, really like that idea.
I also like this idea, the
Let us know.
Herbal created herbal first aid kit.
Yes.
So stocking up on your essentials.
So like some echinacea for immunity. Also peppermint is good for your digestive system.
As well as that. Maybe it was
yes.
peppermint tea, not chamomile. Anyways, keep
Either
going.
way, both.
Yes.
So it's like, I know when I go to the apothecary and I talk to the herbalist, I'll be like, hey, you know what, my anxiety is really like got me going crazy this week. What's something that I can take? And I know in the past he's given me oh my gosh, I'm blanking out right now.
It's okay.
Butterfly pea.
Oh.
And
what is butterfly? There's a lot of butterfly pea and so many
it's like a little purple looking flower, and it's so pretty, and it's like it turns
it's in a lot of drinks.
Yeah. And there's one thing that went with it, and I can't think of it. Pardon me right now.
I love that you brought that up.
Just incorporating it, like literally incorporating a tea, or if you're like a smoothie or a juice person, like you can also get things in powder form, and you could just add it into your drink. So it's not like you have to become
take it
like
by yourself.
Yeah.
Just take it like a
and you don't need to be an expert. It's one of those things where it's like people study this to share the information. So
right.
Ask questions. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. And if possible, try and find a local herbalist. That way they can really help you with the herbs in your area. Because I know sometimes I've connected, well, not sometimes, one time, I connected with this herbalist online, and I got super hyped. And then they told me about this herb, and I was like, oh, I really want to try it.
It's not.
But it wasn't available in my area at the time. And it was like, yeah, they could mail it out. But like, I'm the kind of person where it's like, I want to be able to go down the street. And it's like, yeah, I also sometimes get a little hesitant when people are like, oh, let me mail you these herbs. Because I'm just like, I want to see it first. I want to meet you. I want to interact with you. I want to feel your energy. Like, I just need that, that level of
type
trust.
Of person,
I need to meet you in person. So if you're able to find a local herbalist, I definitely say do that. And you might be able to find them at like a farmer's market or like just different.
I like that sorry, I'm just like resonating with what you're saying right now.
Good.
Keep going.
I love it.
I was thinking because when I started on my yoni steaming journey, I had a whole conversation with the herbalist or what do they call themselves?
The steamers?
Yeah.
Well, the term that I will be is like a peri-steam facilitator.
Oh, okay.
But I
feel like she had another name.
But
I like that, well, because what Kyle is saying, she's like, make sure that where the herbs are coming from and like you're talking to them. So I was on like an hour-long Zoom call with her. So I feel like I trusted her even though the herbs were coming from afar, but the in-depth conversations we had and like looking at her via Zoom and stuff like that. But I think that is so important, just to know that you're trusting them and like they're packing up these herbs for you to heal yourself. So it is very important to like make sure you're connected in a certain way and you're talking to them about each herb that they're going to put into your mix or whatever they're doing. And knowing what they're knowing if they're certified and stuff like that as well.
Yes, I would
I think that's
definitely
important.
ask for certifications because there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I know herbs, and it's like,
Yeah, like, do you? Because you might be fucking me up.
are you TikTok certified or did you actually study? Because it's not. It's like real science and real medicine, and it's like it can affect you. So just even branching off of that, when you are speaking about it, you need to be truthful and like share when you're talking to the herbalist or your steamer. You want to share what your health needs and like what your concerns are. If you're on any medication, you want to share this. If you're pregnant, you need to share. If you're nursing, if you have any like underlying illnesses, because they can have different effects on different people. So as you are consulting with an herbalist to create your personalized like herbal regimen and your what fits your lifestyle and your health goals, like if you do have other doctors that you see or like practitioners, like do your best to share what's going on between all parties. That way you're not doing anything that's going to counteract or like affect
like your regular doctor.
Yes, other things that you are doing. So like I'm always like explore this journey, but at the same time
make
please
sure that
be
your
wise
other doctors are knowing what you're doing
and consult with them. And it's okay to ask people like, where did you study? Like, what are your credentials? I think sometimes people just want to trust and we don't want to be insulting by being like, oh, like, where did you get certified or where did you learn this information? And there are like folk practitioners that maybe aren't certified, but they'll be like, oh, I'm third or fourth generation. Like, this is information that is like learned and has been practiced in my family for years. So it's do your best just to like, ask questions and don't be afraid to ask the questions so that you are still remaining safe. So yay for herbs.
Yay. I actually really love this conversation because I feel like people don't talk about it. And
yes. Should we share these quick herbs really fast?
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, so for women, these are just like some power herbs that I put out. So red clover, it supports your hormonal balance and menstrual health. Raspberry leaf, which I'm sure a lot of women have heard about, especially like when pregnant or in their cycle. It's great for menstrual discomfort and overall reproductive health. You've got nettle, which is rich in nutrients and can help with energy levels and skin health. Chaste tree, which I've actually never tried before. It helps regulate menstrual cycles and ease PMS symptoms. And then ashwagandha, an adaptogen that supports stress relief and hormonal balance.
For children, elderberry to boost immune system and can help prevent colds and flu. Chamomile calms and soothes digestive issues, great for sleep. Peppermint aid digestion and can help relieve headaches. Honey for ages over 1. Natural cough suppressant and soothing for sore throats. And lemon balm, calming herb that helps with anxiety and promotes relaxation.
I really like lemon balm.
I feel like even elderberry for just everyone.
Yes.
I used to take elderberry so much during the pandemic.
Yes, I love it. And for our men, because we know you're out there and matter
we love
to us
you.
Also. Some saw palmetto, which supports prostate health and hormonal balance. Ginseng, which can boost energy and enhances overall vitality. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory properties beneficial for joint health. And don't forget, when you're using your turmeric, you need some cracked pepper.
Cracked pepper.
Yes, or just black pepper. I like it cracked. I don't know why I say
I like
cracked
pepper.
Garlic, it supports your heart health and boosts immunity. And whoop, I just kicked something under the table. I hope it's okay. And rhodiola. And
I've never heard that one.
Me either. An adaptogen that helps reduce fatigue and improve mental performance. I also know for men, zinc is really, really important. Just how like iron is really important for women.
Yeah.
Zinc is important for men. And when you see an herbalist, they'll give you random little facts like certain grains or like eating popcorn like aren't necessarily good for men because it zaps them of their zinc.
Really?
Yes. So
that
like,
is interesting.
I thought that was interesting because I know a lot of men that are snackers, and I'd be like, when I see them eating that popcorn, all I can say is, you're taking your zinc away and your body really needs that. Like,
Wait.
you need that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like
Sorry, I see zinc as in a different way, but
Mhm.
I didn't know men need zinc in their system.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it's
You're
just going in
zapping
there.
your zinc,
Yeah,
sir.
so it's like when you're going in there, like they give you things that you need, but they also are like, hey, these
You
are
might
the
need
things
this.
that can also work against you. So it's just I love it. So if y'all can, especially during this cold season, like do your best to connect with an herbalist or find an apothecary, be open. Get some books. If you've got so many good books or recommendations and herbalists that you work with, please put them in the comments.
Yes.
Because we would love to help the community just be healthy and just really be empowered to, feel
use
good
the
about our
herbs, yeah.
wellness and just take care of ourselves.
Beautiful.
I've been practicing because I'm doing all this herbal stuff with my yoni steaming, and I have to go through all these
You have to
waivers
make sure that-
and be like, hey, I'm not a doctor, but like,
But these are things
these are
that
things
could help.
that are, yeah. So there's like a lot of language that I can use, and there's language that I cannot use.
That's interesting. So I actually so you have to study those words.
Yes, I've been having to study different herbs, like,
Right.
and it's not just herbs. There's Western herbs. There's like Western books on herbs, and then there's your Eastern medicine, your Chinese books on herbs.
Right.
And it's like learning about there's warm herbs and cool herbs. Like there's so much.
But they give
when it
you
comes
verbiage
herbs.
to make sure that people know that you're not
I'm not a
you're not
doctor.
prescribing
Yes.
you you're not a doctor, but
Yes.
you're exploring this herbal life that have
Yeah.
been used for years. But I think it's important to disclaim that.
Yeah, I can't be
because-
like, oh, I'm here to heal you, or I'm here,
Right.
this is going to fix you. It's just like based off of studies and experiences, this
has
has
helped.
helped, yeah, in this area, or I've seen it where it has decreased over a certain amount of time, blah, 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 blah. So it's not like, here's the cure. Like,
Here's a cure for all.
And it isn't. Like, it takes, everyone's body is different.
Yeah.
And everyone's body may react differently. Some people have allergies,
Yeah,
so
to
it's like,
different things.
even as you explore these things, that's why I suggest, like, start small, because you still,
That's smart, yeah.
not everyone just is like, oh, let me go get an allergy test. But you need to see how things are affecting your
React.
body. It's like when we're first learning how to feed our children.
Do you have something to say, Travis?
Oh, I was just going to ask if you guys have ever done an allergy test.
No.
I have done an allergy
Have
test.
you?
Yes.
How did that go?
So I was in high school, and it's crazy because I don't have allergies now, but I was in this season of my life where I was having really bad allergies.
To what? Where were you reacting
I wasn't
to?
sure. So my parents took me to the doctor, and I got an allergy test, and I think they did it on my arms.
Didn't they prick you?
Yeah, it was on my arms or my back. I think it was like my arms, but basically it's like, say it was like, this graph, and there were all these different little things.
Yeah.
And they like put it on your arm and then like placed it down a little bit, and then we had to see what the reactions were. And it was like a grid. So from that, I learned that I was allergic to olive trees. And
trees.
I had like a slight allergic reaction to salmon, which is crazy because I've eaten
You love salmon.
I love salmon. Everyone's like, oh my God, stop eating that fish. And I'm like, yum, yum, yum. So I don't really remember, but it was like stuff in
wild.
grass. Like, because I know when I'm like in real grass, like I get itchy, I get irritated, but it's not like it was so interesting because after that test, like my allergies maybe affected me for another year, but then it was like, I was okay.
I wonder if the older we get, we have different allergies to things, or no? It's just not how it works.
I think about that too.
Because I've never
bodies
taken an
change.
allergy test. I know a lot of people who have, and a lot of people, the people that have are older. A lot of people are allergic to alcohol and just don't know, or like to
Could
wine.
it be the yeast or
how-
the gluten in it? Is there gluten in alcohol or is that yeast?
yeast to different things. But my
Hmm.
friend found out to some wines of how it's made and what kind of barrel it's in.
Ah.
And like depending
interesting.
on like if it's like cork or like whatever
My nose
it is.
itches. No, we're talking about
Allergies.
My nose itches. How crazy is that?
But I think I've never taken an allergy test, but I would love to see what I'm allergic to. I don't think I'm allergic to
Yeah.
anything though.
That's cool. I'm always curious because, like, since working with moms, like, run into moms whose, like, children have severe
Allergies to
allergies.
different things.
And they'll be allergic to, like, 20 different things, and the list will be growing. And I'm always curious to see how allergies, like, develop. Like,
I am too. I feel like it's
I'm very
more.
curious.
There's more.
She just got allergic to herself. Just kidding. Take that
But I
out.
feel like there's more awareness now because you're not allowed to, like, at schools especially, you're not allowed to bring, like, peanut butter and, like, different things, which I wish they did that at our, like, back in the day.
Back
They
in the
did not
day,
give
yeah.
a fuck.
Hey, Shannon, when you do play dates with kids or, like, have other kids, do you ever ask their parents if they have allergies?
I don't ask if they have allergies,
Mhm.
but if they do, most parents will let me know.
Okay.
Like, hey, he can't have this or this. The only thing, so sad, you guys, Parker's best friend is allergic to cats.
So what happens to your cat? Does the kid get to come over anymore?
The kid comes over and he loves our cat, but
Does he, like...
sometimes, so it's not super severe, which I haven't seen, but, like, I'll try to keep the kid out, like, keep them outside.
So funny.
But, so I feel so bad because Parker's like, can you sleep over? I'm like, I don't think so, bud. I'm not going to be responsible for that. And I always freak out. But the mom's always like, it's okay. He'll just take Benadryl when he gets in the car. So I was like, I'm trying to keep the kids outside. And she's like, it's okay. They can play inside.
Just take some medicine.
Right. Just take some medicine. But that's the biggest one that I've run. Not any food allergies, but to my poor cat,
Yeah. No,
which has fur everywhere in my house.
I ask now because I had a situation where one of Boz's friends was over, and the kid was allergic to, like, almonds and cashews, not
Oh.
peanuts necessarily, but
Okay.
other types of, like, nuts. And Boz loves cashews.
Oh shit.
And it was one of, like, oh, snack time. Let me get you
Yeah.
some, like, cashews cranberry mix. And the kid was like, oh, I can't eat those. And I, like, started to put them away really fast. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, are you okay? And he was like, oh, I'm allergic. And I instantly, like, reached out to his mom and was like, hey, does so-and-so have any allergies? And they gave me a list of, like, 6 different things.
Oh,
and at that point,
you're like, oh.
I was like,
why didn't you?
why
You
didn't
should have
you-
told me.
yeah, because I asked, like, I didn't
That's
ask per
this is
se
a good
about
conversation.
allergies, but I was like, hey, is there anything that you, like, don't like your kid to, like, watch, do, or have? You know, those are
Right.
kind of, like, my basic mom questions.
So parents out there, do you ask prior to a play date what the kid is allergic to,
Yes.
can or cannot do? That's a good. Yeah, I feel like most of the parents that I've, like, done play dates with, like, they make sure, like, hey, we're gonna have this for dinner. Is that okay? Or whatever. But yeah, bringing awareness because that's crazy.
That's a big thing, because I was like, imagine
your
if something
kid
had
has-
happened and something was started happening to the kid, and I just don't even have any clue. So I've had that situation, but I've also had situations where people were like, hey, I packed my kid's EpiPen, severely allergic to this, just insert it here if anything happens. And I'm like, what?
Frozen.
EpiPen, me, your kid, when? Like,
Right.
can we do this play date together?
Can you come over?
No,
Can
and it was
you?
like a sleepover type situation. So it was like, you know, I've had it on both ends, but
Yeah,
haven't
how
had
did
it,
that
y'all
severe? Yeah.
handle this when your kids have
play dates.
play dates or have allergies? Are you super informative, or do you just kind of like
Just don't
go with
say
the
anything.
flow?
Go
Yeah.
with the flow. I think it's kind of unfair if you don't say anything.
I do too.
It's
was
unfair
like,
to the parent because, like, you don't know, like, because usually I will prep before a play date. Like, okay, I'm going to have your favorite foods. I'm going to
Yes.
have the kids, so the kid can eat at my house and feel comfortable. I will do that. I will make sure, like, hey, what is something they like or don't like? But I'm going to now, but most parents
That's a
have
lot.
projected, hey, they're allergic to this. And
Yeah.
my poor cat is one of them.
Do you guys want to do WTFs and advice?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, Shannon, do you have any WTFs or advice?
Kyle, do you have advice or WTFs? I'm trying to think.
I have advice.
I probably have advice. I'm trying to think.
Okay, so my mental load is I'm the primary parent. My co-parent is across the country. So right now, my child, Boz, sees a behavioral therapist because we were having some things that we needed to navigate a little different, and I needed help. So, like, as a parent, if you need help, it is okay to get the help that you need for your children or for yourself. So fortunately, we do have like a family friend who is a child psychologist, and trying to get her to come onto the podcast 'cause she
I
just
would love
opened
that,
up a
yeah.
new practice, and I think she would be very informative to speak on this topic more. But I reached out to her, kind of gave her a little rundown. Hey, this is what's going on. She gave me a family therapist, a children's therapist, and a behavioral therapist. And after all the conversations, I thought the behavioral therapist would be the most beneficial for Boz in the moment. So I really, really sought that because I was like, I need help with some of these things, navigating some of these conversations, because for me, it was just mentally just very overwhelming. And I didn't necessarily know what to do because I had never been in the position. I don't know how it feels, and it's just new territory. And as you guys know, being a parent comes with a lot of new, unknown territory. So, sought someone out, and we've been doing our sessions, and we've been utilizing the different skill sets and tools and coping and emotional regulation tools and whatnot that they've provided. But I was really happy because this last weekend, it was Zaire's birthday, so Messier was in town. And he was able to come and actually experience a session. So we had to sit down with the behavioral therapist, Messier, and me previous to Boz's session with her. And I think it just really helped to kind of get some things on this so that we're on the same page, and so that he can see, like, when he may see me as nagging or me like not answering the phone call, it's like, no, I'm actually just trying to like navigate this space that I'm in. So if you're in a funky space with your co-parent or your child, like, seek help. And it's okay to seek the help. Like, it's nothing against you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But like, at first I was kind of like, do I do this? Like, am I a bad mom? But then I was like, no, girl,
No, you're not a
you
bad
just need some
mom.
more tools. And it's been interesting because I've shared with a few people lately, and they're like, I'm so happy that you're doing that, not only for you, but for your kid. And it's just going to really help in the long run. So I think that would be my advice, just to seek assistance, seek outside help, seek counseling if it is something. There's so many different tools and options nowadays online. You can do Zoom sessions, you can do in-person sessions. And even like when the parent, even if you guys aren't together as parents or in separate states, different cities, like, figure out ways to put your emotion outside and keep the focus on the child so that, you guys can be on the same page as best as possible. Because,
I like that advice.
yeah, it's worth it. So I was really happy yesterday.
I'm proud of you guys. I feel like that's a huge step, or like a huge, like, I don't know, growth.
Yeah, I did.
For the both of you guys, and I loved when you shared that with me.
Yeah, it made me happy. And it made me feel not as alone in the mental load, because sometimes someone may not receive what you're saying like best from you.
But for somebody else,
If you bring in someone else, whether it's a friend or a colleague or a professional, like, they may receive it different from that person. Yeah, so
hear it different.
They may hear it different, yeah. So I was just like, thank you, God. So seek help. Don't be afraid. Don't feel shame.
Don't be afraid, y'all.
You deserve it. What you got for us, Shanan?
I'm really trying to think. I'm thinking of like a WTF moment, but I don't think I've had anything funny happen to me in a long time. I think I'm just, now still navigating my mental space and my mental load with parenting, and just just like overextending myself, like just being pulled. And it's okay to be able to sit down. I think I've been working a lot and like juggling. I've tried to juggle my multiple jobs, and when you get a moment to sit, take that opportunity, and don't try. I know us as moms, or just as humans, we try to like, oh, I have an opportunity to get shit done, or like to run here, to run there. And I found myself yesterday, I got off of work early and I found myself like, okay, now I need to go do this, this, and this, and this. But in reality, I really need to sit my ass down and like stare. And I had to tell myself no. Because I was trying like, okay, this is my time where I can go to Home Goods and go find stuff to decorate my house and like all these things. And I was like at the store just stuck. And I'm like, take your ass home and go sit down, go stare at the wall and just relax. So if you find yourself in those type of moments, listen to your body. Take the opportunity to just relax, and you don't always have to go.
I love that. That's so real.
And so wherever you're at right now, if you have the opportunity, if you get off of work early, if you have a day off, it is okay to sit down and relax.
Yeah, take a moment of stillness.
Take a moment. We always think like we have to do this, we have to do that, and just keep spreading ourselves. And if you spread yourself so thin, you have nothing else to give. Rather that's to your partner, to your kids, or mainly to yourself. So make sure that you're sitting down.
I love that. So I just want to end this on one question for our listeners, and that's, what practices have you found particularly empowering or beneficial when it comes to helping lighten your mental load, or just, really prioritize your own self-care routine? So just tap in with that. We do want to continue this conversation of just addressing our wellness, our health, and just really helping each other helping and empower each other as we are in this season of just learning how to just do for ourselves and prioritize ourselves.
And I just want to say thank you to people who DM us, or it's just really helpful, and it's really inspiring when people reach out to me and to us in our DMs. It just really motivates me even more. Like, oh shit, I'm able to do things and inspire people. So thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, y'all. Thank you for tuning into the Think Loud Crew podcast. Don't forget to listen, subscribe, review, comment, do all the things on your favorite podcast platform. Also, don't forget to watch us on YouTube and leave us juicy comments, because we
love those. We actually really love them.
We really, really, really do.
And on our Instagram. I love when people respond.
Yes.
I've been trying to nudge you guys, but
yes, we're gonna get some more experts coming in, so there will be some speak pipes posted in the weeks to come. We love when you guys engage with us, but don't forget to go follow us and comment, subscribe. I know I just said that. You can find us on Think Loud Crew on Instagram. You can find me at RKylin.
And you can find me at Hair by Shanan C.
And you can go follow Cheyenne. I'm going to say Cheyenne's right here in
At
spirit.
Shy Not Shy.
At Shy Not Shy. Thank you guys. And don't forget to tell your crew
about our crew.